Hey, Paul,
Hey, what's going
Kelly.
on?
This is so exciting. So the reason well, I mean, there's a lot going on for you, but one thing I'm really excited about is, and I'd hate to jump ahead, is that
Okay.
you're coming to the Philadelphia area September 18th and 19th.
What?
Yes, all my Philly people, all people in
Awesome. I
Philadelphia.
can't wait.
But just real quick, I know what are you doing in Philadelphia for those days?
Okay, so we're going to start on Saturday with advanced assessment. So we're going to be doing all types of things, starting with neurologic assessment, going into the central nervous system, and then looking for if it's coming from there or is it coming from peripheral? Is it coming from the extremities? And trying to figure that out through looking at all different types of cool stuff like functional movement. So we'll be assessing functional move kinematics, gait, all different types of cool things to where we're trying to find where the key link is. And that'll be the first day. It's a pretty fun day. And then the second day, we're going to take the mobility program, that
Oh, I love
neurologic. Yeah, it's the training program that we give to our clients. Usually, we want to give them this on their first session to give them that plan. And so I'm going to be teaching the practitioners how to give that plan to their clients, and also it's their own self care. So it's really my first two levels out of the pain management, which is stability and mobility. So I'm going to be teaching mobility first, and you're going to learn all the exercises that I teach, all the neurologic movements that go with them. And then I'm going to apply that to the therapy table. So actually, we were talking about this off camera. You're on the therapy table and you're getting this awesome, great mobilizing treatment, and massage, and all this great lymph drainage and all this. But then where's the brain there? It's chilled out, right? It's like spaced out, like your mentor said. You got to space out. Well, you're spaced out, right? So you're laying on the therapy table and you get off and your feet connect with the floor and you sit up for the first time. What happens?
Little
It's
delay.
backwards. It
It's
starts
like
to shift backwards because it's confused. The brain doesn't know what to think about the body right now. There's differences. It's not memorized it. It has to be trained. And so
yes.
then comes mobility plan. You got to give them a plan, right? Laura Mosley, Australian PhD, love that guy, pain science guy, talked about you have to give them a plan for success. And we've kind of missed that boat, haven't we? We've given them a lot of great treatments and we've given them some great ideas to go home with, but we forgot to give them the plan. And here's the deal: it's not the perfect plan, but as you know, it gives you hope. And, you got a plan, right? And then we can change the plan for each individual. It doesn't have to be meet their specific expectation, right? That's unique. We can do that as a practitioner. That's our job. So it fulfills the last two things in like the two arm approach that I call the two arm approach, which is movement plan and motivation. So we're motivating them along the way. We gave them the movement plan, the mobility plan that we're going to teach them on the table. We're going to teach it to them in the office, right on the table. You don't have to have a gym or anything like that. I have portable bar if you want it for your room. We can put that in your room and you can do some more of the program by just folding your table up and moving it to the side and then teaching them in your room. Or we can even do it with like the wheelchair people, the paraplegics, the quads that I see that come on my table. We do eye exercises for the quads, neck exercises. You can do all this stuff right on your table. And then they get up and they have a memory. They have a memory of change. And that's where we got to get to. We got to get to, okay, this treatment just lasted this person 2 weeks when they were really before lasting a day or two. And they don't know how they got there. And the reason they got there was because of the follow up plan. We were talking about that. That's what is key. And I think it really completes the whole treatment. You come in, and the way I developed my place here in Tennessee is it's a treatment and training center. So you come in and you experience all those things and also nutrition, which is important
So
too in there.
important. You are what you eat. So
Yeah,
literally. So
I
one of
talked
the
a lot
things
there, Diane. Sorry.
So also too, I think don't ever be so. I love when you talk. So what I think is very interesting, and finally I just had an aha moment with you because I've always said this because I thought it, and if I wish everyone would just take a minute and think about this point. So we spend all this time doing techniques on the human body. It's chilled out on the massage table, and the brain, like you said, it goes off. It can't think anymore. It's kind of like all in on the techniques, and then we hop up and we have a new body. And I always
Hmm.
said to clients, give yourself a half an hour to
Right.
really allow the changes to be in place. And I think the greatest strength that I love about you, besides just about everything, is the follow up, like helping retrain the brain. So the mobility things I've done, they're actually on the Massage Mentor Institute, the PK
Right.
team movement mobility stuff. I've done the
Yeah. Check
mobility
that out,
stuff,
y'all.
and
Look at that. See?
it's
And it's mobile.
so cool. And like I said, one of the things I love about it is that all the massage therapists in the land should be doing these mobility
Yeah.
exercises because they're
Yeah.
going to help enhance your practice. One, because
Exactly.
when Paul teaches, he explains what's happening. So you not only get to look at it, you get to experience it when you do the classes with him. And then as you do these and you retrain your own brain, it's so much easier to help retrain others. Wouldn't you agree, Paul?
Well, what's weird is like if you're not doing it, you can't teach it. So it doesn't go together. It doesn't even go together if you're not doing it. So you have to be a believer by doing. And when you do it yourself, and this is me personally, my own journey of my injuries. I had a traumatic head injury and broke my clavicle on the concrete when I was in eighth grade. It made me right-handed. I was left-handed. It made me a right-handed individual after that injury. It hit my right brain, which was my left, and I'd had trauma, and then I had to start using my right. It's weird. It did weird things to my body, right? So I had to learn how to take care of myself, and the doctors never had answers for me. And so I had to learn through all the stuff that I've been through the last 20 years of research and studying and traveling and even being with Eric and doing research congresses and teaching and all the things that we've been through and learning ourselves on, hey, I put this stuff together for people because it works. It's neurologically retraining you and it's physically retraining you without pain. And what you really want is to have a pain-free experience that feels safe and that you can repeat.
Repeat.
Repeat it again and again, and then it's learned. And I'm telling you, I use it today. I used it this morning. When the days when you don't feel good, I get all my clients on it. They're amazed. I give them two techniques. They work on those, and then they come back and they're like, "Wow, man!" Even the therapists that we do the classes with, we're fixing frozen shoulders in classes. We're going to do this in Pennsylvania, in Philly, man. We're going to do this. We're going to fix people by teaching them how to neurologically retrain their body movement, and it's different than you've ever seen. I've seen a lot of stuff out there. I've been all over the world looking at things, and I'm telling you, it is different. And we put some neuroband training in there to teach the brain even more. The bands teach the brain even more. Slow movement teaches the brain more. You know a lot about that.
So one of the things too that I think expectations need to be realistic with this repeat that we're talking about, right? So I always pictured the neurotransmitters in the mind that create these pathways of thought, right? I always thought these pathways of thought, they took a long time to make,
Hmm.
right? Just like a
To
river,
memorize in
like a
hippocampus, right?
yeah, like a river. You can't if you disrupt the river. We were talking about this too. If all of a sudden you just make the river go a different way, it could flood an entire city. Quick
Right.
changes can be dangerous, right?
Yes.
But
Yes.
in order to have a good, solid change, the slower and steady pace always wins the race, too. I mean,
Always.
how do you feel about that? So a lot of these exercises you can't just change. It takes time to change your thought and the way you do things. So you
Sure.
have to do these exercises more than once.
Hmm. Yeah. Yeah. It's like how many times do you brush your teeth, right? You got to do it. Hopefully, you're doing it every day if you want clean health. Look at those teeth, by the way. Those are nice. Anyway, but yeah, I noticed teeth, and the teeth are nice. But Yeah, you have to do things repetitively to set a pattern. The brain sets patterns, I think 30 days it is, 28 days repetitively, and then it starts to go into the hippocampus and we start to memorize it. And then it's what we call implicit memory or explicit memory. Explicit memory, we do it without knowing, right? It's explicit. Implicit memory, we're still learning it. But when we have it and we just do it, like posture is one of them. Posture becomes good because we practice it. It's because we do spinning and twisting, and I put all this stuff into the routines in the mobility routine to learn to move the body. Once it's learned, you stand up and it's there. I had some kids in, not the rant. I had a kid in. I work with a lot of youth because we're seeing this rampant in youth. The Dodgers hump already. They're slumped forward. They're rounded out. And they're trying to be athletes. It's ridiculous. You can't be an athlete like that. You know that you have to get the body, the center of mass has to be on top of the center of gravity. You put the center of mass here, it's heavy, right? So the center of the mass has to be on top. These kids are already like this, and they have headaches at young ages. So I'm starting with youth and getting them back in teaching parents too. And it's really, man, I mean, I had kids change. The kids standing straight up for the first time. The parents are amazed. It sticks.
Mm-hmm.
It sticks.
And
So does the pain relief.
it's good stuff. And you have, just because I jumped right into September because I got excited, because I think I get the pleasure of even maybe grabbing you at the airport, which I'm really excited about.
Yeah, I'm excited too. That'd be great. I can't wait.
So, but I think you have stuff going on in July that's a little different, and you're gonna
Yeah,
be in Florida in July. So another thing
yeah,
with these cool classes in Florida, I should hook you up with the bamboo fusion woman, Natalie. She'll be in Florida. But two
yeah,
is you get a little retreat and some sunshine when you get to go to.
yeah.
But anyway,
I need, I need some of that. Yeah, I need to have a little break every once in a while. I've got 3 kids, so
yeah.
I'm
So
busy. But yeah,
tell us
let
about
me
the
say about
class
Florida
there.
real quick. Yeah, West Palm Beach. I'm teaching. This is the first time I'm teaching this. This is going to be really cool. I'm really excited. I'm teaching this thing called the 5 key links, and these are the things that over my experience, about 26, 7 years of working, not only with myself and others, see the best results. These are the treatments that I do on my clients in my office that I get the best results of. So I'm going to show you the top secrets. Um, I'm teaching the 5 key links. It's about 36 techniques. It's a lot. I'm going to give you lots of options. I'm going to show you lying down, on your back, seated, retraining. So you're going to get to see it from the key links, the head, the CVJ, the cervical junction, the thoraco junction, cervical junction, the middle of your back, your ribs, your pelvis, your ankles. And then we're going to teach you how to retrain it all. We're going to show you on the table how to do it. So it's going to be pretty cool. It's the first time I'm going to show the complete training, the whole 2 arm approach. Actually, is going to be shown. And then in Fraser, we're gonna be showing parts of that because we're going to be showing you how to take the mobility training, which is step number 1. And all the practitioners need to learn that stuff because they'll be able to apply it to their clients right away. Because they're going to go, off my ear. They're going to go, man, that helped me so much. When I did this, my shoulder got better. You need to try this.
Right.
And that's what the experience is, right? You've done it.
Mm-hmm.
So you can teach it.
Right. And again, I just would highly recommend the the series that you have online with the mobility, stability, those exercises and everything, that everyone get their hands on that and watch it. It's in the Massage Mentor Institute. It's also on Paul's website. I that is really what drew me in with you. Like I said, the follow-up and then having these self-care things explained so clearly, and all your education and experience and your travels all in one spot is just absolutely positively amazing. So just real quick before we slowly start to wrap up, tell us what is it like to be Paul Kelly? Tell us about what you're doing in your office. I mean, it sounds like it's a full service station. I mean, some
Yeah,
places you can go and get a massage, some places you can go and get this, but it sounds like with all your experience, you've now created this hub where people can kind of come in, and not only can clients come in, but you're teaching classes there.
absolutely. It turned into kind of a dream of mine is to have a place where people could come to not only get educated, but to get well and get better, like a wellness almost retreat. And so we've created that here. We also use it as a mentoring place for other therapists I've had doctors through here. I've had fellows come through here. It's been really cool. I've had all types of practitioners come and learn here. We're getting, and also we have a center where people come here and they get better here too. So we have treatment on the table with with the PKT integrations that we're teaching, and then we have a gym facility. We have memberships. They can become members here. I have an herbal line of Chinese medicine that I use. So we use a lot of Chinese medicine here and herbs for whole foods. And then we also have kitchen and teaching classes for
Oh, get
health and
out. I didn't know that.
yeah, and we have and so it's kind of like a place where you can come. We have hold conferences here. We've had a couple seminars here, and in the future we'd like to do more. I'd love to have maybe you and I here and do something cool. You know, maybe we could hold some kind of a seminar somewhere. It doesn't have to be here, but it's also just a fun place to come to. And so yeah, and then I'm doing this teaching stuff now a lot, and you know it's just been great. So God bless me, and I'm just trying to spread the good word like
He did
you out
bless me.
there and help people.
And like I said, if for some crazy reason you haven't checked Paul out, I think it's a shame. And I think if you're anywhere near the Philadelphia area on September 18th and 19th, I'll definitely be there. I'm really excited. I'm sure a lot of my staff will be there. Also in July, you'll be in
Yeah,
Florida.
24th
Those
and
dates.
25th.
So you got to check Paul out. He's near and dear to my heart, and he definitely his heart is all in. So I just love talking about him and talking to him, and look forward to doing more stuff with you here in the future. So September 18th and 19th,
That's
September
right.
18th and 19th, September
Yep.
18th and 19th, you'll be in Philadelphia with me here. Doing a weekend workshop. So I'm really excited. Is there anything you want to leave us with, Paul?
Yeah, don't forget the toe jam.
Oh, the toe jam.
I mean the hip jam.
The toe jam. We
That's right.
actually have talked about maybe doing a toe
I was
jam, which is
thinking
pretty
toe
fun.
jam next.
You could do a toe jam. I mean, when your toes off, your whole body's off.
That's right.
So we're excited to do the hip jam, and I'm lucky to have Paul joining back again, and that'll be October 4th through October 8th. The same
Yep.
teachers are all coming back. We might have a couple of special guests. We're not sure, but we are thrilled and excited to have you with us again. That was so much fun, wasn't it?
It was fun. Hey, and I got something really cool for everybody. And
Uh-oh.
I'll give you a snidbit right now of my title. It's
Okay.
called Kicking It.
Oh, yes.
Kicking It with Paul Kelly.
Kicking it. I have to say, honest, your video is the one that I watched the most prior to the hip jam because of the great music in the beginning and the whole like leading up your intro. I'm sorry, everyone else. I'm sorry, other teachers. I know there's 9
I'm
others
gonna
that
do
might be
another one.
disappointed, but the rebel can mark mark my words that I watched every time I was playing a video. I played the beginning of your video because you had such great music, and whoever put that together for you did an amazing job. And then the techniques to follow. We were so blessed to have you. And you're going to be ending up the workshop too on Friday again. I think everybody's kind of going to be in the same spot they were before. So if you miss the shoulder jam, it's not too late to watch it too, because it's a home study on the Massage Mentor Institute now. You can also get the PKT classes with Paul. They're up. We're getting some other classes for him up too. And he is going to be at the hip jam.
That's right.
I'm really excited about that. October 4th to the 8th. You don't want to miss that. It's a great event. Everyone gets really fired up.
I'd love to know, Diane, if anyone has had some success stories from the stuff that we've taught from the shoulder jam.
Oh my gosh, you know what's really hard? We haven't even we should know that. So if you're watching and you're watching now or watching later, please let us know what you took away from the shoulder jam, if you came up with any good tricks. I think that I don't know how you couldn't.
I don't know how you couldn't either.
It was like hours.
I'm hanging everywhere now. You know,
so I'm very excited to have you at the hip jam. I'm hoping that Evan will come back and maybe dance. I think Evan danced. He did a little.
He tries.
He kind of.
I think he's in there. He's just a little bit apprehensive.
Yeah.
Give him a drink or two.
We'll get him. We'll get him. We'll get him sauced before we go on Friday. So.
Yeah.
Paul, thank you very much for your time. Everyone, check out Paul. I'll put all the information above the live shot in a minute here or two, so you can check it all out.
All right. Come see us.
So we'll see you in September in Philly.
See you in Philly.